Hey all, how are we today? It's mask day. We've got to wear masks now, so that's essential. Um, I wasn't really sure where to start with a bit of this because I did tell you I want to get in depth, and there is quite a lot to tell. So I figured, trying to make short movies, otherwise people won't watch them. I probably want to talk about the last few years actually, and it come to my awareness that I was heavily depressed. I did everything I could to sort of get myself away from admitting to that, and tried this, tried that, tried everything I possibly could, everything that I could possibly think of, which only just led to going further down the spiral. And the reason for that being is because I was going into it with the same level of thinking that got me in there. Now, I had a lot of underlying issues, quite a lot of underlying issues, and it's no surprise that I was depressed. For many others, they would have thrown the towel in long before I did, but the problem was I wasn't about throwing the towel in. That's why I'm still here, because I never threw the towel in earlier times. But that grew on me, and the issues continued to grow on me. I couldn't shake them, they were there, and they continued to come up. I just didn't know how to deal with them. So I kept hiding them. And that's why my alcohol addiction became such a problem. And I was pretty good at controlling that for quite some time too. But then it would just get too much for me all of a sudden, or something would trigger me and put me back there, and this is what happens. A large scale of what happened to me might not quite happen to you, but in saying that, it doesn't take as much for other people to get pushed over the edge like it did me. It's pretty windy here at the moment. Talking about that, that's essentially what you've got to do. You've got to change the way you think. And, sometimes you just need that assistance. You just need someone to give you a few tools and just someone to see your life from the sidelines, to be able to help and guide you to your goalposts. It's not about, going through and sort of, downing yourself because of what's happened. But it's about sort of understanding them and dealing with them in a healthy manner, and being able to see the bigger picture rather than being so tunnel vision. It really is essential part to moving forward. And it's not nice to sort of sit there and think that you might be depressed. That's something that no one wants to sit there and think, but to others on the outside it's obvious. You might sit there and think you're fooling people, but you're not. And you might do good for quite some time, but them underlying issues, if they're coming up, they'll continue to come up. And the thing is, they'll continue to come up in a worse way each time. They'll just get worse. For me, the earlier parts, it was easier to deal with. I managed to find things to sort of keep me amused and keep me occupied with other things. But the more I fought it, the harder it fought back. And that's where you've got to deal with it properly, like I said, in a healthy way. You might mask it with getting another job or buying something new or moving away or whatever, but that's not going to solve the problem. The thing is, the issues will come back up. They always do. Trust me, I know from my own experiences, and I've had quite a lot of different dealings with my life, not just medical dealings, but a lot of things from my childhood and a lot of things throughout my life with different experiences I've had with different people and different things. But, it's a matter of sort of, dealing with them healthy and not looking at them with the judgment, not living with the regret, and understanding that you made the choice that was best to suit your situation at that given time. So I hope that was helpful, and like I said, I will go into a lot more detail, but that's just a bit of the start. That's a bit of the scratching point. But unfortunately, when you're trying to come out of depression, it pushes you to do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally do, because you're fighting to get past that. It's not a state that you want to be in, and you want to do everything to get out of it, and you don't want to admit it sometimes. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Thank you.